All right, I think we're good to go. Okay, great. All right. People are joining. Hey, hi everyone. Welcome to the April 14th, 2026 meeting of the Outdoor Dining Working Group for Manhattan Community Ward 2. I'm Stella Fitzgerald. I'm vice chair of the working group. Valerie is not able to make it tonight, so I'll be running today's meeting, and joined by Brian Pape, Carter Booth, Donna Raftery should be joining us as well. So we can get started because we have 3 people, so we're good for quorum. And tonight we have 12 items on the agenda. We have 8 sidewalk cafes and 4 roadway cafes. And we will go in the order on the agenda loosely. We will prioritize applicants who are here in person and those on Zoom as well. So if you're an applicant, when we get to your item, if you can just raise your hand so that we know that it's you. So how we'll do this is that for each item, we will have the public, anyone from the public speak first. You can testify. So raise your hand, we'll call on you, and then we'll go to the applicants. And if they're here, they can introduce themselves, make a statement, and then the committee may have questions. We won't have any back and forth between the public and the applicants. All comments should be directed, hey Donna, should be directed towards the committee. The applicants don't have to respond to anything from the public, but if you want to, you can. And then we're joined by Donna Raftery now. When we get to the end of public session, we'll move to business session and we won't take any more public comments at that point. It's optional for applicants to be here, optional for you to take our modifications into consideration. Our opinion is only advisory. When we vote at the end of the night, just know that our vote is not the final vote. We're just one piece of the puzzle. Your application does not stop here if we were to deny it. It just continues going through the DOT application. And then after the meeting, the CB2 office will be sending out a list of modifications, if we have any, that you can agree to or not, up to you. And then I guess the last note is that if you are an applicant waiting to be called up, if you can just take a look at our website at the agenda to make sure that the application that we have is the most up-to-date version. Sometimes edits happen between when DOT sends them to us and tonight. So if you can just take a look and make sure we have what we should be looking at. All right, did I miss anything? Hopefully not. Okay, let me put the application list in the chat as well. Okay. All right, so the agenda is in the chat and we can get started. So first up, we have 470 Broome Cafe LLC, DBA Francesco SoHo at 470 Broome Street. You want to come up to the table?
Yes, please.
But before we have you introduce yourself, if there's anyone who would like to testify, please raise your hand. You'd like to speak, and we will promote you to panelist. No. Okay. All right. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. My name is Francesco Perillo. I'm the owner of Francesco SoHo for 70 Broome Cafe LLC. I've been in operation since April 1st of 2025, and it's been nice and enjoyable. The business has grown over the year, appreciated by the community. The restaurant has an artisanal bakery, so we operate from the morning at 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. 3 days a week, Sunday to Tuesday, and then 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday. It's on Greene Street between Broome and Spring on the west side of Greene Street. So it's obviously a very beautiful street with a cobblestone and very characteristic. So we loved the idea of being able to offer, especially, as the climate gets nicer, the possibility to enjoy the outdoor area, which is what brought me to submit this application and hopefully find the community board support to bring it forward. There has been one comment I saw when the agenda was submitted that was specifying the minimum 3-foot requirement of the setup. So if you can see the pictures, I brought the plans back showing the 3-foot because there's a slight recess by the wall, by the external wall, because there's the building has columns. And so originally the 12.5-foot clearance has been measured from the column. However, with the recess, we have the ability to, you can see, can you pull the pictures?
I don't actually think I have
You showed them to me earlier. They were in the DOT application.
Oh, in the original application?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so taking into consideration that column and the ability to recess a little bit, that's what gives us that extra 0.5 foot. So yeah.
Right here?
Yeah, exactly. So you see on the, exactly. So you have that column there, and then the wall recesses exactly 0.5 foot on the inside, which is where I'm in the revised plans that I'm showing, indicating the 3-foot width that would then be in compliance with the ADA requirement.
Let me pull up both. Let me share my screen with both the photos and the new site plan.
I can call it up. I have it up on the screen. One.
It's okay. I think I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna share my. Okay.
So the request would be to put 4 tables there and 2 chairs on each table with the back to the wall. So a total of 8 seats. Also because DOT's original comment, as you can see, there's a street light on the bottom left. So they asked me to, there was originally a 5th table, but they asked to maintain a 10-foot clearance also from the street light itself. So we sacrificed the table already to meet that requirement. So yeah, with the assumption that those tables would be, and those chairs would be set up alongside the recessed part of the wall, then the ADA requirement that was brought up should be met.
Any comments from Brian?
Yes, so when I finally did find your shop,
Right, it's on
after
Greene
standing in
Street
front of
and-
470,
I know it's important.
yeah, it's a very nice little spot there. And I measured the sidewalk. So the standard way of measuring the sidewalk is from the building wall, the main building wall, to the curb line. And I did find that it was 13 feet, 0
From the
inches.
inset section that we're talking about?
Well, I'm talking about the main building wall,
Is that the brick part or this column?
the main brick wall. Yeah,
Okay.
it comes down to the sidewalk. So all along that line, it's not the outset for the entryway. So that did meet that. And then that light pole was 2 feet 4 inches in from the curb. So that's why it would have required that clearance. So from that standpoint, it meets our minimum requirement. And so I have no objection to the layout.
That's great news. So maybe one thing that we would request on an updated plan, it still says wall to curb is 12.5, and that is a little bit confusing.
Sure.
So if you could redraw the line showing like the inset part, and how you can have both 3 feet and the 10 feet coexist on this space. That would be helpful. And then one other thing that I noticed, these plants here.
Yep.
I noticed that that's also where there is a Siamese connection. I'm looking, let me stop sharing, so you can't see it so well in those photos, but let me pull it up. I'm just pulling it up on Google Maps. Okay, yeah, I got it.
Right under the south.
What you see
frame.
there, I didn't install that. It was existing from the prior,
problem.
whoever was before there, yeah.
No problem. This Siamese connection here, DOT requires that,
5 feet.
yeah. the
I was
5
told by the building that is discontinued, that it's not operating, so, which is why there's no sign. Usually you have a sign that there's a Siamese connection, like clearly outlined, you see.
Yeah.
Used to be a sign, yeah.
So that's what the building manager told me. I can have a request be made to the building officially if you want. Or I don't think it, I think that I can remove the planters from the plans and leave it clear.
Yeah,
I don't think it conflicts with the 4 tables, because it's all the way on the left of that window.
Yeah. Carter, do you know if there's a city database of the Siamese connection? No.
No, but you know, I would think that if the building management company sends some type of letter,
Yeah,
their
some
letterhead,
verification.
that would maybe make people uncomfortable, right?
Yes.
They say that, that's, I'm just trying to figure out.
Yeah, no,
bridge
that, I think
Bridge.
be happy with that, yeah.
Otherwise, just removing it altogether, the plants, would that be okay?
Well, I think that you would need to have the cafe set up 5 feet away from it. But yeah, if you can ask the owner to send in a letter to us and also to DOT, just verifying that it's not in use anymore. I think Barry's right, that would solve that. And then,
Or just if we can meet the 5 foot clearance.
right, yeah. Let's see if there's anything else. Those are my only comments. Anybody else?
I just, so there was a lot of concern in the open, is that concern just?
I think so, but
They're just looking, I was reminded,
yeah.
there's a tremendous number of letters, no problem.
There's an objection to,
Just the whole, it's all fine, nobody's here.
But that was for the, because I submitted an application for a liquor license at the time, which is what brought us to get together about a year ago, a little more. I think everybody's, maybe one person only, I'm not gonna mention the name, but everybody else seems to be enjoying our presence there, so.
Hey, great. I think that's it.
So who should I send the?
You can send it to Florence.
Florence?
Yeah, the same person who reached out to you.
And then the next steps from here are gonna be,
The next steps, is that we will send our recommendation to DOT
Okay.
with the updated site plan and, yeah, you'll hear from
Their part.
DOT.
thank you very much.
All right, thank
I
you.
can't promise you when you're going to
Oh, no,
Get it.
yeah, no,
get it from DOT.
Yeah.
I know. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. All right. So that was number 1. Okay. What's application?
Number 7.
Or 7, okay. Okay, and then do we know, let me see if there's anybody. Is Robert Hall online as well?
Yes, you want me to promote him?
Not yet, I think it's okay. I think let's go to number 7 and then we'll go to everybody online. If there's any testimony here for Killowen Westside LLC, PA Keg and Lantern at 29 7th Avenue South, raise your hand and we'll promote you. Nobody? Okay. Let me just pull up the site plan. All right. Okay. All right, so if nobody would like to speak, then please introduce yourselves.
I'm Kieran Greene with Marta Chodnaka, with the owners of Keg and Lantern. We opened in October 2024, probably about a year and a half. I believe at the time of our application, we did present this Sidewalk Cafe. We didn't proceed with it at that time because MTA had put up a lot of construction right in front of you, which
For a long time.
was
It
detrimental.
was like a year.
Yeah, it was absolutely
Terrible.
detrimental to the business. You know, it nearly killed us. But you know, we're here now, and you know, we would like to move forward with Sidewalk Cafe.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really had any issues that I'm aware of in the community regarding use or anything with the issues. So this is the drawing by architect. Everything is up to code, and we'd like to proceed with it.
Great. Anyone have any questions or comments?
So I'm looking for what the required clearance from that subway grill is, and I don't think there is, if it's not a panel removed for transformers or something. So I measured that the sidewalk is 19 feet 2 inches. And so they only require an 8-foot clear pathway. And the nearest obstacle, you might say, is the ramp on the corner is 4 feet in from the curb. But you know, I don't see how. The only thing that was a little confusing to me was that I could not detect any kind of setback.
Right, you're right. In reality, this actually doesn't exist.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. We can get
And in
it.
fact, even the building next door continues in that line.
Correct. Yeah, yeah. The
So-
building next door continues like
I
this.
was
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
and
yeah.
looking for, where in the world could there be an offset? But anyway, that's doesn't really change anything. So as I gather, then you're hoping for 84 inches within the barrier, or no, that's too long.
No, we're just giving you the dimension of the face of the building to the edge of the manhole cover is 84.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, normally we would want to see where your barriers are going to be
Yeah.
to keep your tables from spreading. And since you have so much latitude, I don't see it as a problem.
Right. Yeah.
But we normally would actually have that dimensioned on the plan.
It's not that line where it says 3 feet, waiter service.
Yeah, there's a box.
On the left-hand side, you've got 3 feet,
Yeah.
the waiter service, is that line?
So that-
There, the barrier?
Correct. That would represent the barrier. Correct. Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
that would make it be, that which seems to line up with the manhole cover. So that would make it 80.
Or I'm adding 2 tables, 24 by 24, so it's 2, 4, and plus 3, so that's 7 feet.
Right.
The total cafe width. If that's not given anywhere, it would be helpful. But let's say doesn't seem to be encroaching on anything.
Yeah, I guess one consideration though is the manholes, because technically any piece of the cafe is supposed to be 18 inches away from a manhole. And it looks like right where you have that barrier would like touch the manhole. But you have space to, looks like to kind of play around with
Yeah.
waiter service aisle, maybe. I mean, maybe because I'm not sure if you could,
Say move the over here to the other side of the manhole.
I don't know how that would change like your clearance here because you
I
need the
don't
8
even
foot
know because
clearance.
obviously
actually
we haven't
need-
purchased the barriers yet,
Yeah.
so I'm thinking to do like small barriers for tables each, so they'd be movable. We can move them around the manholes.
Yeah, I mean, maybe what's easier is to bring them, this
In front.
part doesn't have to change, but here, like push,
Right.
Yeah.
push it back 18 inches. It might mean some tables.
It's the manhole clearance, it's not manhole clearance from the table, it's manhole clearance actually from either the.
From any-
Yeah.
Element, they
Yeah.
say. On the second page, it says, manholes, elements with minimum 1.5 foot clearance.
So.
But you don't have to have the 3 foot service aisle, you just need to be able to serve from within your
Right.
sidewalk cafe.
Right.
So if we can move the barrier or to the edge of the manhole cover and enough space for a walk through there, then that's okay. Right, so we can make that modification.
Yeah, as long as there's
Right.
the
Yeah.
18 inches.
I mean, because the waiters can walk on the outside of the
Yeah,
barrier.
no, they can't.
No?
Yeah, they
Oh,
can't.
Jesus.
They
Okay.
have to be
No, you gotta be on the
within
inside.
the,
Yeah, but if we can move that in, that'll be enough room for the.
yeah, it might mean like removing a couple tables, you know,
If we move it
in
in,
this stretch.
move it in.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's so many manholes in our
Right, yeah,
area,
that's-
like it's crazy. You know, I can share my screen so everyone can see, but, it's just
So
a
I'm
manhole.
looking,
Yeah,
so
weird enough.
why did you leave this space?
Because if we added an extra table here, we wouldn't have made the clearance for the manhole cover.
Oh, so that clearance was.
We were going from clearance from the
We
table.
talked
to
for the
manhole
tables,
cover,
not
yeah.
the
So that-
barrier.
Yeah, that's why we removed them, yeah.
Yeah,
There's one thing that's different from everything is the same as the old Sidewalk Cafe that was there.
Yeah, so I
With
think,
the
yeah,
exception of 2 tables, but the other thing is you could have a third table on the end tables into the waiter service aisle.
Yeah.
Which would at least here.
redistribute the
Okay.
tables,
Leave it
and then
there,
over there, yeah.
because the waiters
Yeah.
can come down and serve over
Right,
their
Yeah,
shoulder.
yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
Just the,
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think before it was La Lotteria, so we kind of copied what they had as their approved
Yeah.
sidewalk cafe.
The only other thought, I don't know where, I know you put the width or the length of 42 feet. Where approximately does that go to, like, looking here? Where does that line up?
That would be at the edge of here, right?
At the edge of the
Yeah.
door?
Yeah.
Okay,
So the
so,
building ends.
right. So because this is a primary building entrance,
Mhm.
DOT requires that there's 5 feet clearance there as well,
From the door frame,
from the door frame.
Or frame.
not
the
from
door
the
jamb.
opening,
Uh,
but the
Yeah,
actual, where
Here.
strike of the door there.
So you have maybe a couple feet built in right there, but, so we would ask that on the site plan, let me go back to it, that you would, label it
Yeah.
over here with the clearance.
Right, got it, yeah.
Um, And then there's a corresponding box on the next page. So this S22.
Yeah.
And then same with the manholes, just to.
Sorry, you said 5 feet?
Right. But I don't think there's anything on the other side.
There's
It's
No,
a
no, it's another restaurant.
stashes of room.
Yeah. I think that was everything I had. Let me just look. Yeah, just the manholes in the building entrance.
Okay, so we make the modification and send it over to you guys and then.
Send it to us and
At
DOT.
DOT, yeah. Okay. That's, yeah, all right.
Anything else?
Right, okay,
Thank you for
thank you very much.
coming.
Right.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Okay, so we'll move on from number 7. And now let me look at my list of applicants on Zoom. It looks like, is Robert Hall here?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's do Robert Hall, and then I think there were supposed to be 2 other people in person here, but we'll see if they end up walking in.
Talking about Robert.
Yeah, let's do Robert, and let's just do all of Robert. So that's number 4, 5, 8, 10, 11, I think.
That's all of them.
Okay. Hi,
How you
Rob.
doing?
Thanks for coming.
Of course.
Okay, so let's do number 4 first. So number 4 is Carabean LLC, DBA Galway Hooker at 133 7th Avenue South. It's an enclosed sidewalk cafe. So we have a couple of enclosed sidewalk cafes tonight. Let me take a look, find it. All right, is there any public testimony? Oh, I also see another person in the chat. We're representing number 2 and 3. Okay, we will go to you after. Oh, and someone for 6. Okay, sorry, let me look at this. Oh, and Gina's here. Okay, all right, cool. So then after we go through Roberts, we'll go to number 2, 3, then we'll go 6 and 9, just to kind of loosely keep the order. Okay. If there's any testimony for number 4, Airbnb. Oh, okay, then we'll go to number 12 at the end. Okay. Looks like no one is here to testify on number 4. All right, Robert, do you have anything you want to touch on here?
This one's gonna be pretty much just like how it's been for the many years it's been there.
Yeah,
So they're gonna kind of just keep it the same.
this is number 4, Carabean LLC.
Right, so I guess since the rules changed, we have to look at it with fresh eyes. So-
Let's change to the.
I don't think any rules changed for the closed. It's already.
Well, so can we disregard the required clue plan?
So,
That is correct. So doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think there's.
Doesn't matter how much it's restricted. Well, then
they have the tree pit. You were looking at the tree pit.
I looked at the tree pit. Yeah. And there's a pole there in front of the place as well. So if it doesn't matter, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's been there for so long
Yeah.
and they're not gonna demolish it.
Right, so I'll just say, whoever drew up this plan, we do not measure to a tree. We only measure to the tree pit. But since it wouldn't matter anyway, we'll just make that as a side note.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I even asked Michael before I jumped in on this. I was like, I'm guessing this is either the old plan or we didn't do this plan. And he said, yeah, this was the old plan. So whoever measured it from the tree.
Yeah,
It's different than the plans that were submitted to the community board when it was first.
in 2005.
Yeah, when it was first.
Oh, these plans are, I could find out about that one. I'm not 100% sure.
Is it dramatically different?
Not dramatically, it's just.
A little. Like the dimensions?
The dimensions look like they're about the same.
Okay,
The only, like, historically, the one change was that it was altered. After it was built to put in roll down windows or something. Which was a concern. But I don't know, I'm trying to look at the pictures here. I guess that these have the garage door style things that roll down. So that was the.
Could I ask, again, this is just commentary, that there is a metal table on the sidewalk next to the cafe. It comes, if the property lines are demarcated by the light colored brick for this building, this subject, and the red brick is another neighbor, this table kind of crosses over, and I'm wondering who put that out there? Was it this applicant or not?
you're talking about this one right here.
Yeah, that's the outside table.
Well, we can find out about that, and if it's them, we'll let them know that the tables cannot be out there. If it's the neighbor, we'll have them take that out of there.
Very good.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, cool. Let's move on to number 5, which is 305 Bleecker Food Market LLC, DBA Suprema, 305 Bleecker Street, another enclosed cafe. And this one is not on Bleecker Street. This one's on 7th Avenue. Another confusing address, because we heard the application for the Bleecker Street side sometime last year. Let me just pull it up. Okay, anything anyone wants to call out about this?
The only thing here, just to share with your client, Robert, is that they've been observed on multiple occasions operating a bar in the window, selling drinks through the window.
Art, you said they had what in the window?
A bar
A bar in the window?
selling drinks out the window to go
Oh, okay.
during some of the various events. You know, various,
Yeah, we'll talk to them about that.
the various parades and marches and stuff, so. And that's obviously on many different levels not correct, but it's not.
Yeah, no, of course.
It's not allowable in the enclosed sidewalk cafe either.
Yeah.
By its relevance to the application.
Yeah, no, just made a note of that, so Michael or I, when one of us talks to them, we could let them know they can't do that.
I think that they're well aware that they can't do it, but.
Yeah, but Michael, you know Michael, he has a way of telling them where it scares them a little bit.
Well, yeah, because they think.
And once they hear all the money and fines, then they're like, oh, whoa, all right.
And there are photographs and videos of it, so.
Oof, yeah, I'll talk to Michael about that one.
Okay, anything else to say on this one? No? Okay, cool. And I didn't call for public testimony. There is someone raising their hand. Susan Ginsburg.
It's more of a question. They, a neon sign that they hang out on that side off the building that says midnight spaghetti. Now, I don't know whether that's allowed or not allowed, because I I haven't researched it, but I just have noticed it. It's always there. Sometimes it's within the space, but sometimes it hangs outside the space. Like in the doorway, and when they have the windows open, it's hanging out onto the sidewalk, just about.
Okay.
I don't know whether that's allowed or not allowed, so.
Does anyone know? All right, thank you.
So, yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay, if there's no other comments, we can move on. We'll close the public hearing on number 5 and we'll go to number 8. This is a roadway cafe, Spring Street Booth, NYC, DBA Alden's Coffee at 8 Spring Street. And the application does not state that there is an FDNY review pending, but DOT confirmed that it has been referred. Is there anyone here to speak on number 8? Okay. All right, Robert, is there anything you'd like to say about this one?
Well, you have it where it's 5 tables, correct?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because we did take the one table out so we could put a ramp.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't see the ramp labeled, but
Yeah, that was one thing Michael was even saying today. We just had to label the ramp for you guys.
okay.
That was one thing we didn't have on there.
That's great. So there's no flooring then?
No.
Okay, right now the flooring boxes are checked on the second page.
Yeah, I believe they were going to go with it and then
Okay,
last minute decided they'd rather put a ramp.
okay, cool. If, I guess that would be one of our modifications, just to add that in and uncheck the flooring boxes.
Okay.
One other thing I noticed is that the width, or no, the length, in the site plan is different than at the bottom. On the site plan, it's 10.6, and at the bottom, it's just 8.
8.
Um,
Okay, so I'll fix the length also.
is it the 10'6"?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, and then just, so we know, it is a small street, 24 feet. The width 6'6", and then accounting for, 8 feet of parking on the other side, with a travel lane of 9 foot 6 inches. Which is small. Hence the FNY review. Okay, I think, yeah,
Is there parking on both sides? I thought on the north
There's
side there
on
was
8. Let me take a look.
said loading or
Spring Street.
so on their photos, they,
It looks like what Google Maps shows, and I'll share my screen, is that there was another roadway cafe across the way, but this is now permanently closed. I don't know what's there now, but I don't think we've received the application from them. But it looks like there's alternate side parking, so there could potentially be cars here. And then the coffee shop is right.
I think the coffee shop side, there's no parking during the day.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Go down to that sign further down the street, other direction.
Oh, sorry.
It says on
Oh,
the
it-
parking sign site, and it says that it's no parking 7 AM to 6
Okay.
PM on the south side of Spring Street.
Okay.
But it's alternate parking
On the other side.
on the north side.
that doesn't prohibit a roadway cafe?
No.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We can prohibit parking, but we can block the street otherwise. All right.
Great. If there's nothing else on this one, we can go to number 10. So we can close. Did anyone else have anything to say? Okay. All right. Then we can go to number 10, which is Fellini Meatpacking Corp., DBA Fellini Coffee at 420 West 14th Street. This is another roadway that does not have an FDNY waiver. Because the street is very wide. Okay. If there's anyone who'd like to speak, please raise your hand. Anybody? Okay.
Robert, I was under the impression that they said they'd never
Roadway
have any outdoor seating here as part of their engagement with the liquor authority. That's what they had said on the record up at the liquor authority.
Oh, okay. I could find out about that.
Yeah.
Because we didn't do their original license for that one.
They were just up there on March 12th and said there was no outside seating. 8 days after this application was filed.
Oof.
That's funny order.
Is it no outdoor seating or no roadway?
He said there was no outdoor seating.
No outdoor seating. All right.
That was with Mr. Bernstein.
Okay. Yeah, I could find out about that one.
And there have been some challenges with the consistency and statements of the applicant.
Yes.
The various entities.
With the outdoor seating.
Outdoor seating. So
Yeah.
this is in keeping with that, and it's the statements that he made before the members of the authority with his attorney there.
Yeah. No. I get that one. Yeah.
The March 12th hearing, if you want to go back and look at it,
March 12th.
full board, yep.
That was in front of SLA or that? Or in your
SLA,
committee?
no,
The
no,
full SLA
it was still in the SLA. For his temporary beer and wine license.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look at that. Me and Michael can both take a look at that, and then we'll call and discuss with him.
Okay, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, and I believe they approved this, and that was a condition, correct? Yeah, they approved it, the
No
beer and
outdoor
wine
seating.
license.
Well, they approved the temporary.
Right, the temporary, which was called because of another issue at the other location. And then that was the condition of the approval of the temporary was that there was no outdoor seating at all, no service outdoors.
Yeah.
So,
No, they're seating out. Okay. Not a problem. I will bring this up to Michael, and we'll talk to Franco on that one.
All right, any other comments on this one? Oh, okay. Deborah.
So we're just saying because the stipulation we're going to die.
Well, I think the issue that he has is not with us.
Right,
I think that if he's doing that,
it's contrary
it's
to what,
contrary to
he
statements.
might have an issue up at the liquor authority when he goes for his permanent license at this location.
Like I said, I'll bring that up to Michael because you're
Full board hearing,
At some point, you need to do what you say you're gonna do, right?
right.
yeah, and that can affect him, and that can
They gave him the temporary one here was to see if he could do what he said he was gonna do.
yeah. No, agreed. All right, yeah, I will definitely talk to him about that, and I'm also interested in going back and seeing that
Yeah, he
full
had
board
two,
meeting. So,
yeah, he had two, you might want to watch both of them. He had two applications up there. One was for the sidewalk on Seventh Avenue.
okay,
Extension on Seventh Avenue South, and then this one we heard after that one. So this one doesn't have all the details in it because all the details of the history were spelled out in the one we heard right before that up there. So you might want to just run through both of them.
watch both. Okay.
All right, so we can close the public hearing on number 10 and we'll go to number 11. Oh,
No, that was 11.
So that was 10.
No, it was 10.
okay. So, all right, that was Fellini.
So, excuse me, so 2 in a row there, not 10 and 11. Right?
Yeah, I had Fellini Meatpacking and then McBren Corp.
Okay, and this kind of surprised me because we previously heard this application with the exact same site plan last year. You were probably here, maybe it was Michael, but I heard from DOT that they had withdrawn after that, and this is the new submission.
Yes, so it was Michael that was here because he was giving me a little heads up on it. We were told by the fire department not to file it, and then they went back and everybody was looking at it and couldn't figure out why they said not to. So then they told us to end up going back, and then they said we can file it. So just one of those very confusing ones.
Okay. Okay, does anyone have anyone from the public want to say anything on this application?
And so what was our,
So what we did last time, we ended up denying because of FDNY, just in general, because the travel lane would only have been 10 feet with the width of 6'6" roadway cafe, but the street width is only 24.5 feet, parking on the other side of the street. Our comments were, the photos show tables and chairs in the amenity zone or furnishing zone alongside the roadway cafe. And modifications, we asked them to add a second entrance door to align with what they showed on their sidewalk site plan, which we had seen at that same meeting last March. But besides that, we also heard from public testimony about large screen monitors hanging on sidewalk, TVs with sound on. Do we know if that has changed?
Well, I could find out and let them know they can't have that because they'll definitely get fined. And
yeah, I think that was, I mean, I don't go by there that much, but
yeah,
I don't think that I've seen it.
You haven't seen what?
Well, I haven't,
Oh, yeah.
I don't recall seeing them. It's more you notice seeing them, right? Not that you notice not seeing them.
Right.
Just,
Yeah.
and we go by what they tell us. So if they tell us they're not there, unless we're walking past it,
but
we
I
kind of
think
have to
that
believe them until we see it. And then, but if we have you guys telling us, then it's a different story. Then we could go back and say, hey, we're getting told by the community board.
I think that we did a stipulation though, didn't we, Donna, when they came to review this? And,
Let's see if I can find something.
that was the main, and I think that this was earlier on in the review of the roadways, right? Maybe. And
Yeah, it
that's
was.
why it may have been withdrawn because it was so narrow. And this is just in sort of the heart of, you know, the village, NYU, the narrow streets, tall buildings.
Yeah, it was last March.
Us in April. So what are you asking me, Carter?
I think that they signed the stipulation.
Yeah, they did.
Having
They did.
it's outside, right? So I think that's fine.
Yeah.
And presumably they don't, well, I guess the roadway cafes just came up 2 weeks ago, but presumably they don't have seating along the amenity zone or furnishing zone anymore. Donna, you were mentioning just now trouble accessing the tables.
Yeah, I was just wondering, I mean, can I get to the tables? That's all. What do we have? 6 tables, 12 seats. I guess they can. I mean, that's what we put. See, all right, so wait 1 second. Sidewalk, on the roadway, 9 tables and 18 seats. So that's, I guess they can. 2, 4, yeah, there's room in between them, it looks like. 4, 12 feet. Yeah.
Yes. So I guess,
Is it flooring?
sorry?
Yes, they have flooring.
Okay. All right, I mean, our only modification last time was just to add a second entrance door to align with the sidewalk cafe plan. I can pull that up so we can see what that one looked like. So this was their sidewalk plan, and this door is on this plan, on the sidewalk plan, and not on the roadway plan. The roadway one only shows this one, so. How was our only comments? Okay, if there's nothing else to say, then thanks for coming, Robert.
Thank you. I'll bring all these up to Michael and we'll get back to you guys on everything.
All right, great.
All
Have
right.
a good night.
Thank you. Guys have a great night.
Okay.
Okay, so we can close the public hearing on number 10, and now I believe we said we were gonna go 2, 3, 6, 9, and 12, and that's it. Okay, so number 2. All right, she's up there. Okay, so number 2 is HBM WV LLC DBA Miriam West Village at 140 7th Avenue South. It's an enclosed sidewalk cafe, and then afterwards we'll hear their application for the sidewalk outside of the enclosed sidewalk cafe. All right, so let me just pull up the application. If there's anyone who would like to speak from the public, please raise your hand. Nobody? Okay. Okay. Hi. How are you?
Hi, guys.
Can you please introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name is Rafael Hasid. I'm the owner of Miriam. All 4 of them.
And my name is Samara. I work in the operations for Miriam West Village, and we're very happy to be here. We appreciate the time for the application. We're, Miriam West Village just opened in September, so we are newer to the neighborhood. We've had a lovely time being there so far. This is our 4th Miriam now, and so we're very happy to be in the village. I know we are, I believe, chatting about the enclosed sidewalk cafe first. We're happy to answer any questions about that. I know that that's currently, I think, grandfathered in. And so we're happy to, chat about what our in connection to like the previous establishments who are operating in this space. And yeah, we're just very happy to be here, and we're happy to provide whatever information you need from us.
Great, thank you. Anybody have any comments on the work group?
The only comment that I have is that when I was there measuring, the actual dimension from the wall of the Sidewalk Cafe to the curb line is 9 feet, 8 inches. It doesn't seem like that's going to affect anything, but just thought I would note that. It's to the line of the sidewalk that meets the curb. So it's a few inches.
So it looks like they included the curb in theirs.
Okay, that's good to know. We'll take a look at those adjustments, and if we need to, we can definitely resubmit whatever we need to for the site plan.
Okay. Any other part or anything you have here?
Yeah, mine is extra.
Looked like they had more tables in the historic one, I think.
They go?
Had more tables.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, in that one. Very nice space. Looks very nice.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
There's some fresh, right?
Great. Then let's move on to the next one. So this is HBM WV LLC, DBA Miriam West Village. This is now the Sidewalk Cafe that is open to air, not enclosed. Anyone here to testify? Oh, okay. Let's see, so this is the seating to be to the north of the enclosed cafe,
Yes.
width of 9 feet, so it matches the enclosed one.
Mhm.
Anyone have any initial thoughts?
Who's the, yeah, the pictures
Not to the
don't
north?
show.
I think it looks like it's to the,
Can you clarify?
is it on the north or is it on the south if you're?
So it is to the north.
It's to the north.
It's to the
Yeah.
north. I can pull it up super quickly. I believe on the yeah, you can see it right
Yeah,
there.
so it looks like
The
the,
photographs, yeah, the photographs that are included don't show the area.
so it would,
So it's gonna be that one at the bottom left-hand side. Right, yeah.
this area.
Yeah, and it's from if you're looking at the photo directly next to it, that would be the view if you're walking straight down the sidewalk on 7th Ave South. That's where you would see it, so it would be in that space.
Right, but it doesn't show the full space though, the photograph, so.
Gotcha.
So it looks like the previous establishment had seating on both sides, but you're saying it would just be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it on the south side.
And would it extend all the way here, right? Yeah, let me look at the site plan. Yeah, okay. And this
Is that-
door does not look like a primary building entrance.
Is that the restaurant that goes all the way
Yeah.
back in there on the ground floor?
But it's up to that small window on the right side.
This one?
The end of the building, yeah.
So behind this window is still the restaurant?
Yeah, that's still us.
That's still us. Our restaurant actually goes
Goes
behind,
down.
it, yeah. It goes
Prior to that-
it goes all the way to Charles Street. But not the storefront, just back.
Hmm.
So one of the things that I see in the old Sidewalk Cafe plans is that there's a drop-down ladder. That's where you have the two tables, right? See that drop-down?
Yeah. Yeah.
On the left, and you have a
Oh,
table
here.
there.
Right here?
And that has to have, because it's a fire escape,
Gotcha.
has to have a clearance area around it. You
Okay.
can't have this, it needs to be configured differently.
Okay.
No problem.
Yeah, we can definitely,
Do you know by any chance what's the clearance needs to be?
It just can't be under it.
I don't-
Yeah, I think that
It just needs to be open air under it.
Yeah, I think that before there was a table that was diagonal. You see the table configuration
Yeah,
there was done differently, but it looks like that's just a challenge because it interferes with the doorway.
we can
That's how
definitely,
it was, that's how it was before.
I
There's
see.
an opening there, but I don't know if that works realistically right with the doorway. And
Mhm.
but it's important that that's just clear from the.
We'll keep it clear for like with the legal requirements. If we need to lose a table for because of that, we'll do that.
Yeah, I think it just may be that you need a certain dimension table,
Yeah,
but not the same as the other ones, right?
yeah.
Make that work or whatever it is.
Of course.
Let me look at what other comments I had, and let me add that, label fire escape. Okay, let me see what I thought. Sorry, I'm just pulling up my notes. Share my screen again.
They had two more. Two, let's see here.
Okay, so one thing that I noticed was that we don't have the sidewalk width here. It just says sidewalk width, but we don't have the dimension.
I believe that we had also, we had submitted this site plan, but we also had another one with additional dimensions that we sent over to the DOT to a representative. I'm happy to send those over to you if you like, or
Oh, yes.
if you'd like, I can also share my screen. I have it pulled up, whatever you prefer.
Yeah, you can share your screen, and then also send us. what-
Yeah, absolutely. Give me one moment.
Okay.
I believe it's exactly the same as the other side because it also have that kind of triangle goes in.
Alrighty. I don't know if you're able to see that. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so this is what we had also submitted to Dining Out. So you could see that we have like the sidewalk width right over here. And I know we had, I think, spoken about how that measurement might need to be adjusted as like the 9'8" instead of the 10'2". So we're happy to also do that as well. But we had this originally noted over here as the width of 10 feet right here, with the length of how we would enclose the sidewalk cafe. We would have barriers that we would use as well. And as well as I know that there is a tree we kind of noted to the base of the pit is right over here. And there's a street sign kind of coming out from that corner. So if there's any questions about this, I submitted this to our representative at Department of Transportation. So I'm happy to, send this back over to you guys as well for further review.
That would be helpful. Do you know when you sent it to DOT?
Yes. We sent it, I believe, in early March, so a little bit more than a month ago we had submitted this.
That's just weird because
Yeah.
the version that they sent us on March 30th is the less detailed one.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I had originally submitted this to a representative. I believe her name was Sarah, and Matt were two people who we were speaking with at the Department of Transport. And they were assisting us with, tracking status and everything. And so we had sent them some more detailed information as well to, hopefully.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that one also looks a little different. The width is 10 feet. Instead of this one, the width is 9 feet.
I'm sorry, if I pull it back up, I think I might just like share the whole Zoom meeting. Yeah, we can definitely take a look at that. I know this was the most up-to-date version, and we had gone back and forth a little bit with DOT to make sure that the measurements were accurate. So this was the most current version.
I sent someone to.
No, I don't think they sent anybody to measure.
It's 8 feet 3 inches on 10 feet. How is it 8 feet 3 inches? Is one an exterior measurement and one an interior measurement? Because at the edge of the greenhouse, it says 8 feet 3 inches.
Mm-hmm.
At the far side of the Sidewalk Cafe, it says 10 feet, but it looks like they all align.
Because there is a thickness of the walls of the structure.
So one is the inside measurement and one is the
Yeah.
outside measurement.
Yeah.
There was also, when I was out there measuring, I noticed that the building that's behind the Sidewalk Cafe, it's in red brick in the photos, is actually set back a little further than the building, the frontage, the building wall that the greenhouse is attached to.
Yes.
That triangle is, there's a red line from the 2 points of the triangle. That would not be accurate. But again, we're talking about.
The building is not set back. Just the storefront is not there because of that greenhouse. So what you actually see is the support columns that hold the buildings, but the if there was ever a wall there, it's before of my time, and I'm assuming before of the other restaurant time, if there was a wall, it probably was a little bit in front of those columns.
I would say that just as a kind of a conclusion of what I saw,
Yeah.
and that is that as long as the barrier for your Sidewalk Cafe is aligned with the greenhouse wall, as you show it on your plan, we're not going to have any problem.
Yes, they're going to be the same line, and it's a very thin barriers. It's like, can you show them the picture of the barrier?
Yes.
It's just going to be a little bit of a different color, but we'll show you what we have in Brooklyn.
This is
The barrier.
Yeah, so as long as the Sidewalk Cafe doesn't end up going out into the sidewalk further, again, I'll say you're only required to have an 8-foot clear path on this sidewalk if the data that we're showing is correct.
Yeah, I wanted
Yes. Our intention is to leave as much as possible, not just the minimum, because it's a busy street.
That's true, and we appreciate that. So, yeah, as long as things don't get moved around and shifted from what we see, I think everybody's going to be fine with that.
Yeah, I did want to note that I think that the corridor designation at the top of the site plan it should actually be the regional corridor, the 10-foot.
Gotcha.
Which doesn't change anything on your plan because, like you said, you were leaving extra room anyway. I think in the end that extra room is actually required by the 10-foot, but it doesn't matter because you got it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And then, yeah, so the drop down ladder, and then also I saw on the section 3 on the next page. Let's see what your version says. Yeah, okay, so all of the boxes under perimeter demarcation have to be marked.
Okay.
And then if you could also add in section 2, the check the box for the street light and the tree bed.
Yes.
It's
What was-
number,
What was the first one? Because I know we have the tree bread.
you said that there's also a street light. It was on the new plan that you have?
Oh, yes. Actually, it wasn't a street light, it was just a pole. I think it was a sign, so you can,
Oh, it's just a
yeah,
sign? Okay,
yeah,
that,
it's just a sign.
that doesn't count. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything.
Great.
Okay.
Parking sign.
Okay, and I think that's it. If you could send this new plan to Florence, who reached out to you originally from the
Great.
CB2 office, and then I'll email DOT and just confirm with them.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. All right, so we can close the public hearing on number 3, and now we just have 6, 9, and 12. So let's see, number 6 is Chinese Trend Buffet Hot Pot LLC, DBA Easy Joy Hot Pot Dim Sum Buffet at 145 Mulberry Street. And this is a sidewalk cafe. I don't believe that the applicant is here. Is the applicant here? Did they say that they're here?
Is anybody here on this application?
Oh, there's somebody
Oh,
here.
yeah, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
we will
let me
promote you.
you. The panelists. Okay, now you should be, yeah, we can.
All right, hi, how are you?
Hi, this is Dong, the managers from Easy Joy Hop Hop, and we joined the community last August or September, and this is the first time I'm here with you guys and trying to submit the application for the sidewalk here. Just making sure, are you able to hear me clear here?
Yeah, we can hear you. Thank you. Before I just want to pause to make sure that if there's anyone from the public who would like to speak, that they can raise their hand now. Okay, doesn't look like there's anybody. Okay, please continue if there's anything you'd like to say about your application.
So we are proposing to have a few tables on the sidewalks and the roadway. So the plan that we have on the file right now here does include both the sidewalks and the roadwalk. And I did speak with the DOT and small business service to make sure that this is most likely in compliance with most likely everything. And I want to make sure the community board has no objections on this, and if there's any objections, I'm willing to update this and changes as requested.
Okay, thank you. Also, just to be clear, DOT has so far only referred us the sidewalk application. So we're only hearing that one tonight. I don't know why they didn't also send us the roadway application, but that will come at some point later. Does anyone want to start off on talking about the sidewalk? I guess the thing that stands out the most is just that your sidewalk cafe is only 1.5 feet wide, which is, very.
Yes, so we from the owner's perspective, they want to have some outer seating available just to attract customers. So it's not our major income here, or like we're not trying to go crazy with the width or having a lot of seats. On the streets, we do have a lot of other restaurants have their outdoor dining space, and we just want to have some for ourselves as well, so that we can bring some customer in and feel the vibe of the street and attract more customer coming in and dining with us.
Yeah. Understood. Carter, what do you got? Yeah, there is a road that, that we will hear sometime in the future. But unfortunately, you know, the federal ADA guidelines and, you know, regulations require that any outdoor seating needs to be at least 3 feet wide.
Okay.
I don't know why this didn't come up earlier in the process with DOT. But, you know, from the ADA guidelines, this would be a liability for your establishment, because it wouldn't be accessible to people with wheelchairs or other mobility devices.
And you also need to be able to serve your patrons
Right.
in that area as well.
Yeah, because all of the serving needs to be within the cafe perimeter. And between the wall and the cafe perimeter right now is only 1.5 feet. So you'd have to have width enough for people to sit there and for someone to walk down the length of the cafe. And
So with this width, there's pretty much no way that we can have outdoor dining here on the street, right?
well, yeah, like Carter said, there is the roadway cafe that we can see on the site plan. But unfortunately, just the width of the sidewalk and DOT requiring that there's 10 feet of clear path on the sidewalk and the ADA 3-foot requirement, unfortunately.
And there's a building entrance. So-
Right. And there's, DOT requires that there's 5-foot clearance from any primary building entrance, which you have labeled here, so that would cut into the length, but yeah, unfortunately, I'm not sure how it would be possible to have an ADA compliant setup here.
Oh, okay. So is there anything I should do here right now on this at this moment?
Well, there's a couple of things. Putting aside the ADA, the plan doesn't have the 5 feet from the building entrance. It's not serviceable. Like you can't have anybody who walks down there to serve the tables. There's a variety of different issues. So it's not ADA compliant because that's more narrow than the width of a wheelchair. No, so.
I mean, to talk about what Carter said in the beginning about the primary building entrance, which is just to the south of the establishment. Actually, before you even get to that door, there's also a Siamese connection. Let me pull it up. Or actually, maybe you can see it in the, yeah, I'll share my screen. You can see it in the application photos. The water access here, that also requires 5 feet clearance in your site plan.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I should keep 5 feet from there.
Right, so you would need to label it here and then 5 feet from it. So the dimension here would change, like the length would change. And then also you would need to mark it right here on the next page, this box, and put the 5 feet here as well.
Okay.
Let me see if I had any other thoughts.
So should I still proceed with the application and move on first?
I mean,
I would think so, because what we're dealing with on Mulberry Street is the entire street has this condition. And yet, I'm sure as you have noted, all your neighbors are sitting up there. You know, they don't comply, but so we can't recommend it. But as Stella said at the beginning of the meeting, this is not the end. We're not the final decision. We make a recommendation to the DOT. And so there are other steps. So until you hear a definite yes or no from DOT, think you should proceed with whatever you can.
With that said, though, your plan is not compliant.
Got it.
Like it's not within the Siamese connections and whatever. And frankly, I mean, you know, the plan's not, you have 18-inch tables that nobody can get to. You have a very different setup than the previous operator had there in the past, because you've changed sort of some aspects of the storefront, it seems, or it's laid out differently. So it's a very different, I guess,
Well, and it was only 8 feet clearance before.
yeah.
You want me to pull up the historic plan?
Sure, yeah, like the.
Yeah.
'Cause you're not utilizing other parts of the sidewalk, and I guess that's because there's a fire hydrant that's there as well.
Yeah, there was a fire hydrant there, so I tried to stay away
Right.
as far as possible from the fire
Right, so
hydrant.
you shifted
So the
this-
old rules were very different. But you see,
Okay.
that they had the requirements. There are other obstacles, you know, so for example, you have the parking meter. So is that parking meter gone?
There's no parking meters in front of the location there as long as I can remember. And I don't see it here on the picture here as well. So it's
Right.
probably gone from,
But the Siamese connection is still there, which is also,
yes, that I do notice here.
and then on the other side, you have the fire hydrant, right? So that's got some of the other issues as well.
Got it.
And the reason that there's the big change is because the sidewalks were too narrow. And so the city's planning said that the sidewalk clearances have to be wider so that pedestrians can safely move up and down them, and now they changed the rules. So, as you know, right? The high.
I do see that requirement when I go in and submit the applications. I do wonder the same as like why our neighborhoods here on the same block still having like huge outdoor dining space. So that's why I was like, maybe we should try and see how the community board say. Maybe we have exception on the street, but why all our neighbors still have their
Well,
tables out here.
there is not an exception, and they're breaking the rules, and so
I got it.
that's the issue.
Inconsistent.
That, you know, but you also have the streets closed, right? You know, so there's a lot of different issues, but I think that people have been willing to maybe embrace some of the changes, right? There's different ways of doing it, but people would like it one way, but maybe, you know, there's a whole different things, but it seems to be that people choose not to follow the rules more often than not, but at some point that's going to be addressed because that's not what they're licensed for.
Copy that.
Yeah.
So I would just proceed and make some modification on the Siamese connections here and see how it goes out. And worst case scenario, we just don't have any sidewalk dining area. Is that fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that that's where we're all at.
You got it.
Alright.
I will agree with the modification and I'll update it. And I hope to see you next time.
All right, thank you so much. I will see you for the roadway cafe when we get it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Okay. All right, moving on, closing the public hearing on number 7. Now we just have 9 and 12. So number 9, I think Gina is here, Gina Escalante. Okay.
Show Zoom.
Yep, she's on Zoom. If there's anybody here to testify on the Zoom, please raise your hand. Doesn't look like it.
Hi.
Hi, Gina.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Okay, so let's see. Pull up the application. Okay, so this is for a roadway cafe, and DOT confirmed that it has been referred to FDNY for review. And it looks like the travel lane would ultimately be 11 feet. Just putting that out there. Gina, is there anything you'd like to say about the application?
No, I don't know if you recall that we applied last year, and they withdraw the application, and now they are reapplying, for this. Back in the days, we used to have the whole length of the restaurant, and DOT requested us to reduce the roadway. So now it's only 6 feet by 20.
Okay. Do you know why they asked to shorten it? Oh, for the FDNY.
For the fire department, emergency lane.
Okay. Previously was length of storefront. Okay. And I also see that the site plan has the waiter aisle built into the depth of the roadway cafe, so we appreciate that. Anyone have any comments? No?
Oh, I'll say that when I visited this location, parking on both sides, it's constantly a very crowded street because it's so narrow, and the parking on both sides, and today it was solid cars on both sides. But the fact that this setup at 6 feet would be less than the width of a car parked right there, seems like is one of those things, I guess, that the fire department is willing to compromise on. So I did speak with a couple of the owners that were out and getting sidewalks cleaned up. It was nice to meet family members that are operating the restaurant. They seem to be willing to do whatever is needed. So it was a good talk.
Good. Good. All right. If there's no other comments, then I guess thanks for coming.
Thank you.
All right,
Hope everyone's fine.
thank you. Have a good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Okay. So closing public hearing on number 9, and then the last one, Half Pint on Thompson LLC, DBA the Half Pint / Ernie's Bar, 234 Thompson Street for a sidewalk.
Rochelle, we're trying to promote you to panelists.
Is there any public testimony on number 12? Go to the applicant. Anybody raising their hand? No. Okay. All right, Rochelle, if you'd like to introduce yourself, please go ahead.
Hi, yeah, my name is Rochelle. I go by Ro. I recently recently as of October, became the general manager of the Half Pint. I was previously over at Amity Hall across the way. And yeah, we were in the process of getting all of our sidewalk, what was that? Our our drawings approved and changed and edited, and then the change happened. It was a rather quick change. Two of the management team moved to Florida. And then I was kind of trying to pick up the pieces of everything. As you guys probably know, we've been a staple in the community for almost 20 years. We'll turn 20 next June, 2027, which is really exciting. But we've, as long as I have like records, I can go back and notice that we've had a sidewalk cafe. I remember from my days in college, I went to Pace. That was one of the highlights of our kind of college era. But we had originally like submitted our application, and it was denied due to unresponsiveness. And so I resubmitted because I couldn't get in touch with the DOT, and they finally responded back and they said, you weren't responding. And I explained to them, you know, there's new management, like the inboxes were compromised. A lot of in my shift from Amity to here, they tried to preserve the inbox, but with that preservation, a lot of things were getting flagged as spam. So a lot of things were ending up in the spam folder. So that's where, you know, we may have missed any edits that we were supposed to make. But of course, if anything needs to be made, we're more than happy to make them. But I have submitted to you guys, which you guys should have in front of you, the most current one that I have submitted to Matt and Sarah. And it should have everything on there as well.
Okay, let me share what we have from DOT. Is this the most recent version that you're thinking of?
Let me double check here. Yes. This should be the most current one.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be the most current one.
Okay, that's good. All right. Brian, would you like to go first?
Well, we have, unfortunately, there's a lot of details that need to be discussed on the application that we're looking at. We don't have an indication of what the clear path should be. C1, C2, C3 is the choices.
Oh, okay.
And I proceeded as if the minimum was 8 feet.
Right, and it is a neighborhood corridor, so.
So it would be nice to check that on the box.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
You said these corridors, okay.
yes,
So both are,
C3.
Yeah.
For the required clear path.
Okay.
So going with that, I measured your sidewalks. And the measurement is from the building wall to the line of the sidewalk where it meets the curb. So the actual dimension of West Third is 11 feet 0 inches.
on which one? On West Third?
Yes,
11 feet flat?
0 inches, as opposed to 12 feet 0 inches. And on Thompson, it's 11 feet 6 inches. However, you have a tree pit that is, the tree pit is 3 feet 10 inches in the sidewalk. So that would mean that you have only 7 feet 2 inches remaining of the sidewalk next to the tree pit. I can't read all of your dimensions, but even where you don't have a tree pit or some other obstacle,
Like here?
it would only leave 36 inches of serving area. your tables are set up like picnic tables. There is no barrier. It needs a barrier, and the barrier needs to be according to the rules of DOT for outdoor dining. So you need room for your service staff to serve the tables within the cafe limit of space. So like I say, even without the tray pit, that's a 36-inch space. So the tables you have there don't.
Or too large for
comply.
what they have.
Yes.
Okay, they're too large. Okay, too large.
So right now, it looks like on both West Third and on Thompson, you're saying that the width of the cafe will be 40 inches, so that's 3.5? No, 3 feet 4, right? And so what Brian is saying is that on West Third, the maximum width you can have is 3 feet, so 36 inches. And then the maximum you could have on Thompson.
Mentioned within the barrier.
Right, and that width is from the wall to the edge of the perimeter. So it's not just the table, it includes any empty space for serving, because all serving within the perimeter.
So you were correct in that at this location, there was sidewalk seating historically. But the tables were actually hung on the wall.
Yeah.
Like 12 inches wide.
Okay.
That's because they couldn't fit with the clearance requirements. And that's where, that was because of what Brian was talking about, of what was left over. And that was when there was a 3-foot service aisle that was required. So that's where there's some of the history there. And what Brian said, you said that what was the total width of the sidewalk?
0 inches.
On West Third. So what's interesting is that it was claimed, and this may be because we have more clearance now or more guidance on how measurements are made. In the past, they said it was 12 feet, but according to the manner in which they do the measurements now, which is very clear on how that's done, it's actually 11 feet. So that leaves a lot less space than there was historically, but the service aisle isn't there anymore. So it's really, there's not much more than a row of 2 tops that there's room for realistically.
Okay.
Able to service those tables without walking in what's called the clear path, which is the required 8-foot clearance. So that's sort of the challenge, you know, that there was one in the past, but because of the weight service aisle, that's why they were hung on the building itself.
Okay.
So to get the space. So that's where, and so that's sort of the, this is one of this and Groove were the 2 locations where the city accepted that in the past, where the buildings were hung on the building. That's like not anywhere else. I mean, excuse me, the tables are hung on the building. It's not a thing like anywhere else. So
yeah,
or you know, in an abnormal situation where they allowed it. But now with the rule changes, that doesn't mean there's all this extra room. It's just really not, I don't think that a 4-top fits with room for service, but a proper 2-top table and seats fits.
Okay.
Service. And then there's also supposed to be a barrier there. So.
Right. So to put this into one sentence, basically, on West 3rd Street, the maximum width you can have is 3 feet. And that needs to include the table, the space for serving, and the perimeter.
And the space for serving the server cannot walk out of the Sidewalk Cafe and go around. So
Right.
that's why I'd say it's realistically, it's a row of two tops down the side. It's just bigger, normal size tables as opposed to what.
Yeah.
There are a long time.
And then on Thompson Street, you can have 3.5 feet of cafe width, including the table, space for serving, and the perimeter.
Service and perimeter.
And that's sort of the same, even though it's a little wider, it's really not much more than the two tops.
Yep. Okay. I guess one other question that I had was what was the plan for serving all of the tables around the corner and down here? Now that we've talked about that all the serving needs to happen within the perimeter. And this is something you would need to discuss with your team, perhaps, just making sure that there is space.
Yeah, I mean, this was I basically just resubmitted the plan from where it was kind of left off. I resubmitted the same information with like the updates that the previous management had made to the DOT. So this is very helpful and all new information to me. So I will definitely have to talk to my team and kind of formulate a plan on now how to like serve within the 3 feet on Third and then 3.5 on Thompson. Because like I said, this was like this with all of the changes and everything had just been submitted, and because of the transition in management, the like confirmation or the response just didn't happen because the inbox was canceled.
Right.
So when everything was forwarded to me, I just resubmitted everything that I had. So
Yeah, got it. And then this is just old Google Maps. You can see the tables hung on the wall. One question, there's a hatch here that's not on the site plan.
it should be on the site plan.
It would be like right here, but I don't.
Well, maybe it wasn't. It was on one of the older ones that I saw. But we don't have a table there.
Okay.
We don't have a table
Yeah,
there.
the box here isn't checked. If you plan to put tables on top of a cellar door. Okay, so if you could just indicate, label the hatch and show that
Label
there's a table. And then, I saw also that there's another door here, maybe.
Yep.
I mean, potentially that could be another way to serve. I don't know if that is operable or if that's even going to be necessary in the end.
Yeah, because we have the two doors that come like Half Pint used to be Half Pint 1 and Half Pint 2, but now it's like Ernie's Bar, it used to be our speakeasy, but it's a node to like the 1930s bar that used to exist in our same area. So there is like possibility for service there as well. So, the outdoor patio with service is divided into like two, because we also have approval for our roadway.
Okay.
So,
And then my last comment was just that this fire hydrant isn't there anymore.
no, it's not there anymore at all. It's now like a tree.
Because it seems like as
Or
soon
no,
as
that's not the
the
tree.
outdoor dining was put up, it just disappeared.
Yeah, no, there's no fire hydrant there anymore, like at all.
I suppose you wouldn't have any idea like what happened to it?
No, not at all. Not at all. there's no even like, but you know how like sometimes they have like, it's like a little manhole cover, right? Where like where the fire hydrant used to be, but there's not even.
All right.
I'm looking on the cameras right now and there's not even one on the street.
Yeah. Carter, is there a database for fire hydrants?
I'm sure there is. I'm not
Yeah.
familiar, but if it's not there, I mean, it's
Not there. All right.
I was wondering if, it seems that you did not prove, you're not asking for any seating in front of Ernie's, but you don't have any seating beyond that pull-down ladder, which is the part where Ernie's is. And of course, it would be much clearer if we knew the entire extent of the premises, including Ernie's, even if you don't have seating in front of them, because everything is based around and geared towards a storefront dimension. And
Yeah.
I was wondering if perhaps you could include the entire storefront with, including the entrance that Stella was mentioning.
So yeah, so it is on the plan. It's just says like fire exit because it is technically like the fire exit plus like the ladder. So it is on the plan. Like that's on the plan. If you want to, I don't know,
this includes the full storefront width. It says the fire escape marking is also the doorway.
It doesn't look like it.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's doesn't seem accurate, but
yeah, it looks like the door is here and the fire escape's here.
yeah, but let's see if we can pull up the plan. Sorry. So yeah, so this fire escape is meant to be the door fire escape, not the ladder.
Got it. Okay, so then you would.
It's supposed to be right here, like right next to the like where the arrow would be.
Okay, so then if you could just
we're missing the ladder demarcation.
the ladder and the hatch, just to show that there won't be cables in that area.
Yeah. So I'll rename the fire escape to like fire exit / entrance door.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So that it's easier for everyone to understand, and then add in the ladder as well.
And the Ernie's is just the part where it drops back into the building, right? They're both, there's no separation. There's no separation that you can see from the outside.
Yeah, there's no separation at all.
It's just sort of a back, deeper area in the bar.
Back room sort of thing?
Yeah, that has a separate bar.
Yeah.
Siamese connections in this whole building.
And there is a fire hydrant map on open data.
Yeah.
And it looks like the fire hydrant is across the street now.
Oh, they
I
moved
don't
it.
see any
All right.
on the side.
Do they show the Siamese connections on that data?
No, it's hydrant map. Which is not to say there's not a Siamese connection map, but this is the hydrant map.
And then the only other thing I just wanted to mention is that for the street lamp or the traffic signal, if you could just mark that on this section 2 after the site plan.
Let me see. Okay, so I just have to mark. Yeah, okay, perfect. So mark the traffic signal.
Yeah.
Or street lamp or whatever. Okay, perfect.
For what it's worth, at 4 o'clock, the place was packed. The hallway seating, the tables are all full, the sidewalk seating was full.
Yeah, everybody, when doors open, sometimes I like have to, I'll be in here at like 9 o'clock, 9:30, just, getting stuff done because I know that like the rush is coming when it's 80-degree weather, and I'll get calls at 9 o'clock in the morning. Are you guys open yet? Is your outdoor seating open yet? I'm like, no, we open at noon. Sorry.
All right, well, thank you for coming, and we'll be in touch.
Yeah, we'll be in touch. Thanks, guys. Get home safe.
Thanks. Good night. Good night.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Okay, so that was the last application for tonight. So we can move on to the business session. And let's just go in order. So let's go back to Francesco SoHo, 470 Broome. And let me see what we said. Well, I'm really glad that the sidewalk actually is wide enough for them with that inset. To be able to have the ADA compliant cafe. So they just need to add the Siamese connection to the site plan. And that was all I had. Oh, and send in a letter on from the building management.
At the Siamese connection, yeah.
Oh, right, so then maybe they don't even need to add it to the plan.
No,
Okay.
I think I'm comfortable if they just send us a letter. from the-
Yeah, you're right. That was old that I had written down. Okay, so send in a letter from building management saying that the Siamese connection is just not in use anymore. And then we were gonna ask them to relabel the sidewalk with measurements and show the inset section of the building as well. Okay. And then the boilerplate ADA stuff. Okay, so this would be a approval with modifications. All in favor? Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Let me just write this down. Okay, going next to HBM. We'll talk about the enclosed sidewalk cafe first. Miriam. We really didn't have anything to say.
No objection.
So approval?
Yes.
I guess do we still want to do the modification of ADA boilerplate? Or just, I mean,
Yeah,
okay.
but I don't know what inside seating is like.
Okay, so approval with modifications being just the ADA. Cool. All right, and now HBM, Miriam, their other seating, we talked about, well, they were gonna send in their newest plan, which is weird, and then when we get that, I'll email DOT to confirm the sidewalk width or the cafe width because it's different between the two plans. So they're gonna send that in to us and that's gonna have the full sidewalk width. It's going to have the clear path labeled, the street tree bed. They're going to correct the corridor designation. They're gonna check the perimeter boxes and they're gonna label the fire escape. Drop down ladder and reconfigure the tables in that little triangle spot. So approval with modifications, all in favor?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, going now to Carabean, Galway Hooker. This is another enclosed sidewalk cafe. We didn't have anything. I guess we'll just keep doing the ADA boilerplate. So approval with modifications. All in favor? Yep. Aye. All right, next we have another enclosed sidewalk cafe. This is the 305 Bleecker Food Market. Carter, you mentioned that they've been selling drinks out the window.
Yeah, it's during some of the events. I've personally seen it, and other people complain about it, which is why I've seen it. So it has been run by it. So.
Is that something we would want to include as modification, or just like it's just not illegal? So
yeah, I mean, it's an inappropriate use of the enclosed sidewalk cafe. It's supposed to be seating on that.
So do we want to put that as modification?
But
Don't serve alcohol out the window.
yeah, don't sell alcoholic beverages
through the window.
from a stand-up bar through the window.
Okay. Okay, so all in favor of approval with modifications?
Aye.
Okay, next, we have the Chinese Trend Buffet Hot Pot, and this is the one where it's only 1.5 feet wide. We have a bunch of other modifications for them. The signage connection, primary building entrance. I forgot to mention some boxes that they need to check, the furnishings. But that's it. I mean, we can deny with modifications.
Yeah, it's denial.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a lot of.
Yeah. Okay, all in favor? Aye. Okay, Killowen Westside, which we heard at the beginning. This one we were talking about, the manholes.
Yeah.
They have, it looks like they have enough space, they just need to, yeah. It's gonna be in like a funky shape, but I mean, it's such a wide sidewalk there. And then they need to add the primary building entrance at that next door residence. Yep, to the south, and just adjust the cafe length, reconfigure their tables. Approval with modifications?
Yep.
Yes.
All in favor? All right, and then next we have Spring Street Booth, which is a roadway cafe. This is an FDNY review one, but we talked about making the length dimensions consistent on the site plan and underneath it. Uncheck the flooring boxes, indicate that they will have a ramp. But historically, with any FDNY, we've said denial, but still send modifications, just out of principle. Because the travel lane will only be 9.5 feet. All in favor?
Yes.
Aye. Okay. All right, the next one is Bonnie Restaurant. This is another one. I forgot that it was referred to us before, but I guess they previously withdrew. This is another one, FDNY waiver. The travel lane is 11 feet, so it's, better than 9.5, but still. And the only modification would be the ADA, but I guess we would do denial, but still send modifications. All in favor? Aye. Okay, Fellini, this one seems a little interesting. This one was, the SLA board approved their temporary beer and wine license under the condition of not having outdoor seating. So,
Well, they said they had no outdoor seating, I don't know, but it was, yeah.
okay. But that was one of the conditions of this, yeah.
There was no outdoor seating.
So would you guys want to just deny this one, or?
I mean,
I kind of look at it like DOT is one thing and the SLA is the
I
other.
think we need to deny it because they said they weren't going to do it, and they seem to be consistent in the.
That's right, it's public record, so
Because I feel it brings us more trouble in the future.
Right.
Okay, so we can still send them the ADA modifications, but we'll deny on basis of SLA.
They made representations
They said they
for
didn't have it.
members of the New York State Liquor Authority,
A recap
with their attorney
compliant.
present, that they would not.
But they didn't have any outdoor seating. They had
Yeah. A week after applying.
Yep.
Okay. So then denial, still send modifications, all in favor? Aye. All right, and then McBren Court, Trionas. We said modification is just the same as the last time that they came to us, add the second entrance door to align with the sidewalk site plan and the this ADA boilerplate. So approval with modifications, all in favor? Okay. And the last one, half pint. Okay, well, we talked about it a lot, but basically adding the hatch, adding the fire escape, relabeling what's there right now as fire escape to fire exit. Check the neighborhood corridor boxes, check the box for traffic signal, indicate 8-foot clearance. Relabel the sidewalk width to 11 feet on West 3rd, 11 and a half on Thompson Street. Relabel the sidewalk cafe width to 3 feet on West 3rd, 3.5 on Thompson, allowing for a row of 2 top tables. And the serving space and the perimeter. And then add the length, or they did kind of have the length of the entire storefront, including Ernie's Bar. Okay. Yeah. And then ADA boilerplate. So are we comfortable approving with modifications? Yeah. Okay. All in favor? Aye.
That's an approval with modifications with all of those changes, so.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, I mean, the biggest thing here is if you pulled off a picture, it just needs to be a row of 2 tops down there. And that's, I think that's the modification that you just have to be very clear about. And then it works. Once you get bigger than that, it doesn't work. And I think that's a reasonable.
Yeah, I'm just saying the language that we put into our resolution is approval with modifications or deny with modifications. When something is so far off on its accuracy, I feel like it should be denied, but I can be convinced otherwise if.
Oh, I think
feel
if they
that-
send us the updated drawing that represents the 2 tops.
With all, you know,
with the
everything noted.
modifications. So if they send that updated drawing, then that's what they submit to DOT, then it's been approved.
That's fine.
Without that, then.
Right, then it would be.
With the
denied.
modifications,
Yeah.
if the modifications aren't there,
Don't
then
have
it's
it.
not an approved.
Right.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
I can vote for it.
She seemed to understand the 2 tops.
yeah, I think so. You wrote down everything you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well done,
That was it.
Stella. Good job.
Okay, so we can, a motion to
New
adjourn.
applications.
We got one, thank you.
Okay.
We have one that we got yesterday from. Let me see. Corner Deli. The Corner Deli / La Esquina Cantina on Kenmare.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, they had just like a couple weeks ago, I'm so confused by that situation because there's like on the Kenmare Street side, there's a different establishment, like
Yeah, so they operate mobile.
Mentos Tacos.
Yeah, they sub.
Oh, I know
lease-
which one this is.
Yeah, they sublease the taco spot out.
The taco people.
A little while ago, they had like a structure there,
But like a
like a,
sidewalk shed. like a
Yeah.
scaffolding.
Yeah, I'm
structure.
trying to look where the picture is, but it was a full on, it's not there anymore.
And then there were tables, right?
This picture is really not great, but. Yeah, you can see like it
Yeah.
was like looks like metal. So this was out from the,
I think it's some sort of scaffolding, right?
well, it wasn't just scaffolding. I didn't take it good enough.
I'm pretty,
Oh, here, look.
yeah, that's the fancy
Inside.
scaffolding.
Not, but
Not
this
that,
is this.
No, she's talking about the
Not just the
metal
scaffolding,
roof.
but yeah, like you can
Like
see
an
the metal
awning.
little enclosed
awning?
sidewalk.
Oh,
Oh, no,
It's
no,
a box.
that's right, it is, oh, interesting.
It's not there anymore.
okay.
It was short lived.
Yeah, that,
Guess they got.
Maybe they tried and found out that
Yeah.
otherwise.
So,
Okay.
so we will hear that, and that's for their sidewalk cafe. But yeah, it almost seemed like we weren't even gonna have this meeting because we went like 3 weeks without any, maybe even 4 weeks without any applications. And then they sent 11 at a time, and then they
Wow.
sent 1 the next week, so. Yeah, we almost didn't have this meeting,
Oh my.
but right in the nick of time, they sent, yeah. Okay, any other new business? Oh, okay,
We're just, this is probably my last meeting.
oh, yeah,
My term is ending, but
oh,
I mean, I'll continue until the board president authorizes a replacement. And sometimes that takes a little while.
Wow.
So,
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you.
Brian.
yes, thank
no,
you
look
very
at you
much.
guys.
I know.
What we've
It's been
done
a great-
before.
It's been a great pleasure for me.
All right,
But I will be moving sometime this spring. So,
oh, you're moving out of New York?
I know, after 20 years.
I know.
it's,
Wow. Do you know
Not
where
an
you're
easy
going?
thing to do. Yeah, my family's in Wisconsin. And that's
Wisconsin?
going to be rejoining the clan.
Wow. Wow, that's fun. That'll be fun.
Big change.
Cool.
All right.
It is.
All right, motion to adjourn.
So-
Second. All right. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Night, everybody.